We always had a great group. You get all
We had
your...
Stallone boxing Demi Lovato one day in there, right?
What's the craziest story out of that place?
I talked about like how much I need these relationships, and the sport kind of institutionalizes you in that way. So I'm like, I learned how to start coaching instead. So back to this guy. So I was training with him at API with a whole group. We had a fucking awesome group, and
Athletic Performance Institute. Then he went to Exos.
yes, turned in Exos. So we'd go train there twice a day. I'd go to fight practice 2 or 3 times a day. And this guy had a couple DWIs, so he couldn't drink. So he's my designated driver. And he kept coming in, and he was like training with me. And man, we took 25 pounds off his frame. We really got his fucking hands going violent as shit. Help with it. We do a shit ton of leverage work for your hips. And that guy went out and got 15 sacks that year. And it was the highest paid defensive end in the history of the NFL. And it was Jared Allen.
Wow.
So that's how the whole thing fucking started. And everybody was like, and he talked about it everywhere. He's like, do whatever you did for him, do it for us. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck we did for him, but we're going to come up with something. And me and Randy Couture and guys like Ryan Bader and Chuck Liddell, we came up with something, and we've trained, I don't know, 1,000-something pro athletes. And could we branch it out to different sports?
Not just pro athletes. I mean,
everything.
I was in there working my fucking jujitsu shit on the mat.
Oh, hell yeah.
Went over to go hit a fucking...
And you saw
shoulder press. You know who's right next to me? Fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Right?
Sly's in there.
Gosh.
Sly's just jacking up like 80s. He's probably like 75 at the time. He's like, I need like 5 more than my age.
You know what we sold in there?
Legend.
We did a good job. You guys, and remember I did a little hand fighting with you also?
Yeah,
right? And Amendola trained with us for a while,
yeah.
right? So basically what we try and teach guys, we do a bunch of, we try and give you a fucking fighter's mentality, which is just it's more of this relentless, fucked up attitude. You're like, if you turn football into a fight, most guys sign up to play a sport. They don't sign up. Like I saw you playing DB, and you're just fucking giving Bolden business and everything. Like you turn it into a fight. Most guys don't want to deal with that shit, right? So you turn it into a fight, number one. So that's your fucking head and your heart, and in your hands. So instead of like slapping, everything is like hammer fist. And if you just attack these nerves, most of the game. You know,
I do remember that.
Right?
Fucking
Right?
Jay
Right?
would over here fucking hammer me. I'm like, Jay, I can't feel my arm right
That's
now.
the whole fucking point. So if you do that all game long, we
Felt
created
like
that with Clay Matthews.
Van Damme in fucking Bloodsport.
Damn right.
Except I had instead of a little Asian dude, I got a little Jewish dude over here slapping my arms and shit.
And then we work on your hips too, because leverage is everything.
Leverage.
Right?
That was the thing. It was a lot of hip mobility
Yeah, a lot of
stuff
hip
on that
mobility, yep.
mat. There was like a dynamic thing that we would all do for our hips, because that's huge. Especially for football players, we're like dragsters. You know, you get so wound up tight for explosion, 6 seconds of just pure, like go 100 miles an hour. Sometimes that tightens you up. And so a lot of guys have to work on their hip mobility, which is huge. And that's what fighters have. They have really great hip mobility.
I think everybody talks about strengthening their core, but when you get stronger, you get tighter.
Yeah.
So you got to reverse it also and get looser. The looser you are, the more explosive you're going to be.
Yeah.
But also, like, look what we create in there. You're talking about Sly and all this.
Jared Allen, he's a fucking Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer this year.
Yeah,
But we
fucking
created
Jared
a
Allen.
fucking
Let's
locker
go.
room. It's funnest locker room, dude.
He's a beast. I loved him.
He is. He's great.
Remember the
rope celebration?
Yeah, he was take a rabbit out of the hat.
The second guy we ever trained was Patrick Willis.
Another dog.
And Pat, I told everyone at this gym, we were at Extreme Couture in Vegas. I'm like, guys, no one touched the football players. You don't kick them, you don't tuck, you don't punch them.
Everyone
nothing.
does want to touch you. They want to.
Yes.
They want to feel you up.
I'm like, I don't care how much he asks. You're not doing it, right? And I had a friend named Jay Haran, who I think he'd stay with him also because Jay is a nasty fucking bastard. And I wanted also got football players to kind of get this. And next thing I know, I get a call. They're like, hey man, Patrick got the shit kicked out of him today. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, everybody sparred him. I'm like, what do you mean everybody sparred him? The fuck do you mean everybody sparred him? He got the dog shit kicked out of him by this little guy, Gray Maynard and Tyson Griffin. I think Jay said, guys, did I not fucking say you're not touching the football players?
Can't
Like,
touch football players.
well, he asked. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if he asks. But but here's the mastery of doing this though.
One of Jay Glazer's 15 phones is going to get a ring from an owner say, hey, you got my $30 million investment getting his ass whooped by
No doubt.
one of your fucking fighters.
The mastery of it though, dude, and you'll appreciate this, is I would try and teach football players the fighter mentality, wrestlers grind really, right? Which is, man, just relentless. And the amount of work you put in when no one's watching is what makes that wrestlers great. But at the same time, I would have you guys teach fighters sport IQ. They don't know how to watch film. They don't know how to look for tendencies
Or
the way you
explosion.
guys do. Yeah, absolutely. And
More like training.
but also you could see stuff.
It's different training because if they implicated a lot of our like explosive training,
Right.
You know, I mean, like fighters don't do that as much. They do
They
like
do now,
plyometric.
but
They
not
do
back
now.
then. Yeah.
Not
back then.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
But you guys see stuff, and I was like, hey, let's watch film. And I don't know how to watch film. I used to sit there with Stray all the time, and he'd show me little things like Twitch here, and I'm like, how do you see that? I don't know how you guys see that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but
you got to be smart as shit playing the NFL. And even if you guys could teach these guys 1/10 of how to do it, then it's a win for our fighters.
Yeah, it was winning community over there at Unbreakable.
It's fun.
Right above the Pink Taco.
Yep. It was a fun place.
Was Sunset?
Yep.
Sunset right by the Chateau?
Yeah, it was fun.
Right by
We had
Chateau?
a big group in there. It was fun.
We always had a great group. You get all
We had
your...
Stallone box and Demi Lovato one day in there, right?
What's the craziest story out of that place?
That one, like he comes in and he goes, hey, I got an idea. You think, how about I box Demi? And she knocks me down and I call it the unthinkable and unbreakable. What do you think? I'm like, yeah, dude, you're Rocky. Fuck yeah. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. So she's like, and he goes, and would it be okay if we post this? I'm like, yeah, dude, you're Rambo. Fuck yes.
So is
And we
Sly...
become really close as a
Is
result.
Sly just always like... He just always wants to do... He's
always creating.
He's creating.
Yeah.
He's an artist and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I could just see him always like...
Always.
To his daughters and stuff, you want to do a video? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just, like, he seems like he's always doing something. He seems like a great dude.
He is the best. So he one time he calls, I don't know if you've ever seen this. Do you ever hear about the time I brought Guy Fieri to his house to cook?
Yeah.
Right?
Legend.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
We heard that on, yeah.
So, right? Oh, there's him and Demi. But he one day he goes, hey, I just got this $25,000 grill. I'm going to bring these grill masters over and you know, teach me how to use it. I go, why are you hiring a grill master? Let's bring Guy Fieri. He goes, really? You think you do that? I'm like, yeah, bro, you're Rocky. And like a month later, he's like, any chance your friend Guy in town? And I said, yeah, what's going on? He goes, well, you want to come watch the fight tomorrow? It's Ruiz, Joshua, too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay, well, Guy's in town? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, here's the deal. My daughters don't give a fuck about Rocky or Rambo or the Expendables. They love diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah.
If you can bring him to my house, dude, I'll be a hero. So I said, all right, let me call him. So I call him up and I said, hey, dude, tell me you love me. He goes, why do I love you? And I said, dude, Stallone wants to know if you want to come over and watch a fight tomorrow because his daughters love, they love you. And he goes, I'm supposed to go home. Let me call Lori, my wife, and make sure it's okay. So he calls Lori and Lori goes, let me get this straight. Stallone is asking if
gotta let him go.
want to go to a boxing match at Rocky's house. And you're asking me for permit. Like, you're an idiot if you don't go. So Guy calls back and says, all right,
Cowabunga, I'm in.
he goes, find out from Stallone how
Out
many
of this
people are going to be.
world.
And he goes, how many people are going to be there? I'm going to get the Food Network to give me food, and I'm going to cook there. I'm going to make his daughters my sous chefs.
Yeah.
I'm like, great. So I call Stallone. I go, tell me you love me. He goes, why do I love you? I said, dude, fucking Guy is coming, and he wants to know how many people are coming, and he's going to, cook and make your daughters sous chefs. Me, you're going to be a star. And he goes, no, you don't have to do that. I'm getting cold cuts. So, bro, we're not getting fucking
Italian.
cold cuts. Yeah, but like,
Get some
he
salami.
literally said, we're getting
some
cold cuts.
mortadella,
We're not getting fucking cold cuts.
little prosciutto,
Are you shitting me? This is not 1982.
this is Italian
right, in
stallions.
Alvin, New Jersey.
little mozzarella.
So I literally said,
Cold cuts out.
I said, dude, tell me who's coming. So he knows. He goes, all right, who are you bringing? I said, I'm going to bring Strahan. He goes, okay, so me, you, Strahan, Pacino, Schwarzenegger, Sugar Ray Leonard, David Blaine. I said, the fuck out of here. He goes, what? He's your friend. These are my friends. What's just happened? And man, we broke the internet that day.
David
It was
Blaine do
unbelievable.
any magic
he came
tricks?
and did magic. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
It's all over the internet. It's fucking unbelievable.
That's a great day.
It
That's
was
a great way to watch an event.
Unbelievable. Yeah. We broke the internet that day. It was
How
pretty
cool's
fucking cool.
Guy?
He's the best.
Yeah, he's
Right,
awesome.
Nick? He's the best, man. He is I just did one of his episodes on a place in Melrose, which is fucking great. I don't know what's coming out, but I love that dude.
Yeah,
Love him. Yeah, I love him.
He's a hustler, too.
loyal
The
friend,
guy
dude.
works.
Yeah.
And he
is
you
loyal
can go
as shit.
anywhere. You can go anywhere in the country, in the United States. Everyone knows Guy Fieri.
Of course.
And loves him too.
And loves him.
He's
Man.
the guy too, though.
You can go to North Dakota, Miami,
Anywhere. Yeah.
fucking Albuquerque. You can go to West Texas. You go Pennsylvania. You can go to Wyoming.
He's going to keep
Arkansas?
listing names.
Arkansas?
Arkansas, they love Fieri.
Okay.
Would you agree? Right. You know Guy well. You type of guy, you could be anywhere in the world and you got in trouble. You're like, dude, I need help. He'll
Yeah.
drop everything.
Guy would.
Drop everything, right?
Guy's
Yeah.
a
He's a G.
Now, lastly, before we jump into this game, I want the last question about Unbreakable. Who is the biggest dog to ever come out of there?
Like every MMA champ's been in there, so they're all
Who's
dogs.
the doggiest of
John
the dogs?
Jones, he hasn't been in there. Has John? No, I don't think he has. But John's the best I've ever seen. It's not even close. Ever been around. He also
Bones Jones?
Oh fuck yeah, it's not even close.
Bones is nuts.
He's so different, man. He is. It's so hard to train for him. Yeah, I've been around a lot of guys and worked with some guys to help when they were fighting him. I remember Chael Sonnen. We did a lot together. He did like half camp with me, half camp with his team, and I'm like, one of the drills I was putting Chael through was Chael on his back for 5-minute rounds and me on side control and a couple of others, and he has to push and get out.
Is that a choke move right there? We're choking him?
No, he's like, just on top.
Yeah.
Right, and so Chael goes in his back and he's like, why are we doing this? I said, because he's going to take you down. He's like, no one takes me down. I'm like, bro, he's going to take you down. He's like, Jay, nobody takes me down. I'm like, Chael, he's going to fucking take you down. So we're going to do this. And we started doing this drill and I get on top and Chael has no idea how to get out because no one fucking took him down. I'm like, dude, you got to push up my face and get out. And so we did that over and over and over. And he got taken down about 5 times in the first round.
Yeah.
Right. John is just fucking different, dude.
I just had an epiphany.
Oh, Kyle Long.
He's a monster.
Kyle Long.
We love Kyle.
I have
Long.
an epiphany
Friend of the
about
show.
you, Jay. We need to get you in the next season of Cobra Kai.
Hell yeah.
You are
Hell
gonna
yeah.
get me Cobra
Hell
Kai.
yeah.
We trained one of the girls in that, Raina. She's
You need
awesome.
to get in there, and you need to be like one of the characters.
I love
I
it.
just saw that little choke right there.
Casting Agent Jules, I like this.
Let's
I
get
like
it.
it.
Let's
I
get
like
it
it.
going.